The Chargers are betting big on 2025, and the moves just keep coming. Could a Jaguar star be on his way to bolster Justin Herbert's offense? Plus, after a promising season, their playoff embarrassment made one thing clear. This team has a long way to go before becoming a true Super Bowl contender. Want to know what could change in the roster and what moves are on the radar? Don't miss any details and make sure to like and subscribe to stay updated. The Chargers are officially in win now mode as Jim Harbaugh enters his second year at the helm. With Justin Herbert leading the charge, they are pulling out all the stops to strengthen the roster, especially on offense, after a turbulent year marked by roster overhauls and salary cap acrobatics. One intriguing option they might explore: reaching out to the ever-volatile Jacksonville Jaguars about a certain running back, Travis Etienne. Here's the setup. Jacksonville has been a mess of dysfunction recently, firing their GM at the last minute, mishandling a head coach hire, and generally just living up to their chaotic reputation. All this turmoil might make them a prime trade partner for the Chargers, who are laser focused on contention. Etienne seems like the kind of player the Chargers would target. Sure, he hasn't quite lived up to his status as a 25th overall pick in 2021, but he's still only 26 in his prime and finishing up the last year of his rookie deal with a manageable cap hit. You'd think the Jags would want to keep him, right? Not necessarily. A new front office and coaching staff might prefer to move in a different direction, especially with younger options like Tank Bigsby already in the wings. If the price for Etienne ends up being a mid to late round draft pick, it's a gamble the Chargers could easily take. The guy's averaged 4.2 yards per carry and nearly 8 yards per reception on 132 catches over 3 seasons. That kind of versatility could be a game changer in an offense powered by Herbert. And let's not overlook the Chargers' current running back situation. J.K. Dobbins is heading to free agency, Gus Edwards is in the final year of his deal, and while Kimani Vidal is in the mix, adding someone like Etienne as a rotational weapon could make a big difference. A move like this wouldn't even be out of character for Chargers GM Joe Ortiz, who's shown a knack for low-risk, high-reward deals, like snagging Elijah Molden last year or trading up aggressively to draft Ladd McConkey. A deal for Etienne would fit perfectly into that playbook. Stay tuned, because this kind of move has Chargers special written all over it. What do you think, fans? Would Travis Etienne be the perfect fit for the Chargers offense, or is it an unnecessary risk? Let us know in the comments, because next we're diving into an even bigger issue, the talent crisis surrounding Justin Herbert. The Chargers were one of the season's feel-good stories, racking up 11 wins and making the playoffs in Jim Harbaugh's first year in charge. But reality hit hard in the wildcard round with a brutal 32-12 loss to the Texans. That loss served as a harsh reminder. This team is still far from being a true contender. Bleacher Report's Brad Gagnon didn't mince words about the situation. There's no turning back now with Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert. But this team has a clear ceiling below the Super Bowl unless they add significant talent on both sides of the ball, especially more support for Herbert on offense. And honestly, he's spot on. Herbert might be one of the league's brightest young stars, but he's practically carrying the offense on his own. Aside from rookie Ladd McConkey, the offensive arsenal's looking pretty thin. J.K. Dobbins is about to enter free agency, and wide receiver Joshua Palmer is heading there as well. The upside? The Chargers have a decent amount of cap space to work with. The downside? A big chunk of that will need to be used to retain some of their own key players, which could limit their ability to bring in outside talent. To bridge the gap, Los Angeles could aim for a trade or hope for a home run in the NFL draft. But let's be real, it's going to take bold moves to assemble a roster capable of not just making the playoffs, but actually making waves once they're there. For now, Harbaugh and Herbert have a foundation to build on, but don't expect another playoff run unless the Chargers find a way to give their franchise QB the support he deserves. The potential is there, but the climb to contention is steep. The Chargers' situation is clear. Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert are the future, but without consistent reinforcements, this team will remain limited. If Etienne does join, it could be an exciting step, but it's far from a solution. The truth is, making the playoffs isn't enough anymore. The Chargers need a roster that matches their ambitions. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on the team and follow the next steps in their journey.